Hey TCS TV viewers, it's Evelyn from the camera store talking about the Hasselblad X1D II 50C. Now Dave's away, and so I've been able to catch up with my good friend Gary Cheung, who's a portrait and cosplay photographer, and he's had some hands-on experience in LA. Hey Gary.
Hi Evelyn.
So Dave's away right now, which means Gary and I get to talk about the Hasselblad X1D II because Gary was very fortunate to go to LA and get some hands-on experience. Well, we're stuck at home, but I had to go grab the X1D so that I could get my hands on it again because this camera really does feel so good and it's such a beautiful camera. Can you tell us a little bit about what the X1D II is loaded with?
So the new X1D II is an updated version of the X1D I. Still the fabulous 50 megapixel CMOS sensor that they have in the X1D I. 14 stops of dynamic range, 16-bit color, amazing images, especially on a sensor this size, especially for a package this size, or especially for mirrorless, compared to some of the other ones that are on the market. It's running the Hasselblad's leaf shutter system, which is amazing.
Super nice.
Super nice, and you get the really high exposure piece especially for standing type of studio work, outdoor work, and stuff like that. It's a wonderful camera I got to play with around in.
Yeah, and it's made in Sweden. But yeah, these cameras are basically handcrafted and calibrated for each individual unit, and they're really a special camera system. But of course, the previous model, this one in my hand, the X1D, got a lot of flack because it seemed like a very unfinished product. There was a lot of kind of buggy issues, it wasn't super responsive, and although some of the hardware was there, the technology hadn't quite caught up yet. So let's talk a little bit about some of the changes that we're seeing with the X1D II.
A few things they've upgraded is the number one is the processor. It is 50% faster when you're starting up the camera now to render. When you're previewing images on the backside, it's even faster now. Especially when I was in LA, it was when you go shoot, I wasn't shooting tethered. I could physically hit the playback button. It would come up right away and physically show it on the backside of the LCD screen. The EVF has been upgraded. It has a 3.69 million dot EVF in it now with a 60 hertz refresh rate, so there's no lag.
It's much better.
So much better. They've upgraded the touchscreen and the LCD screen on the back side of it, so it's a very clear picture and a very responsive touchscreen.
Yeah, that old touchscreen on the X1D was so slow and so buggy it seemed. As you know, Gary, I was so in love with the style and the handling of the original X1D. I really hope that they didn't mess up any of the beautiful stylish features of it. Did they?
They've changed a little bit. The body's a little bit thicker now. It's just to house a GPS unit for a lot of the stuff, especially if you're shooting on the go, which is wonderful now. Mm-hmm. The grip they've changed a little bit, even though this one's a super comfortable grip. They've angled it a little bit in, a little bit deeper cut, so it's a lot nicer feel to it.
Wow.
I handheld the demo unit they gave me for 99% of the time I was in LA. I didn't feel my hand didn't feel fatigued at all holding onto it, which is nice.
Well, that's saying something because honestly, the X1D is one of the most natural feeling grips that I've ever held. So if they've been able to refine that with it being slightly angled differently and sort of making the functions a little bit more pronounced, that's great.
And the buttons feel just as responsive as their older one. Of course, the reaction time to it is a little faster because of the faster processor now, which has been great.
And same hot shoe?
Same hot shoe. Nikon TTL compatible. You can run first-party Nikon and third-party. Like I personally use the Godox full kit, which was great because all I need to do is grab my transmitter, throw it on, and go from there.
In terms of the ports, they did take out the HDMI cable.
However, they've kept the USB-C, which we all love.
Yes.
It now will charge the battery inside the camera, especially on the go. It was nice because I carry a battery bank with me. The beauty of the USB-C port now is they've introduced Focus Mobile 2. Part of the kit they actually gave me was an iPad Pro, the newest iPad Pro, with Focus Mobile on it, and it was wonderful to use because you can just plug everything in and just tether and shoot. And especially with someone like me traveling everywhere, it reduced my weight by another a few pounds.
So Gary, you weren't just in LA to check out the new X1D II.
No.
You're actually there to do some cosplay photography during an anime convention.
Yeah.
And you happened to get your hands on one. And so what was it like for you shooting what you normally shoot, which is cosplay photography?
It was great. The image quality of these guys it gives me the latitude and detail I want a lot of the stuff I shoot, especially going down for the convention that was down there. Anime Expo's sort of, you know, when you deal with 100,000 people coming through the doors, doing shoots with multiple cosplayers. I was literally shooting every day, and it was great having something like this. The amount of detail I'm getting off of this guy is great because I can go in, zoom in, see the detail of the outfits. I can go in and fix multiple things, like if there's anything dealing with skin tones or anything like that. Especially with the 16-bit color that's coming off this thing, it gives me that latitude to move.
We should of course mention that you were shooting on a pre-production unit.
Yeah.
Did you run into any issues like what we saw with the original release?
Ran a couple of little quirks, but nothing that they can't fix in the final firmware. Other than that, it performed the way I would expect it to. Very fast, very stable. All my didn't have run into autofocus issues whatsoever.
For now, if people want to see more of your images, more of those samples, where can they find them?
Destiny's Curse on Instagram and on Facebook.
So let us know what you guys think of Gary's samples and of the Hasselblad X1D II. Do you think that this is enough to make this camera a really compelling option for you? What do you think of the medium format system overall? Let us know in those comments below. And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe and hit that notification bell so we can catch you again really soon.